Lifetime Movies is a cable channel known for making some of the worst movies of all time. The movies are primarily written for 50-year-old parents, and they're written by people who think they know how kids act these days. The only thing is that they don't have a fucking clue about how kids act these days. They're movies. Let's not even call them movies. Their things consist of some of the worst things I've ever seen in my life, with such classics as The Pregnancy Pact, which is a movie about teens trying to get pregnant, and they keep having sex until they get pregnant, and then they talk about how happy they are to have their babies, and the movie is somehow worse than it already sounds, and it doesn't sound that good at all to begin with. Oh shit, yeah, there's some more. They also have a movie called Cyber Seduction, which is a movie about this cool kid named Justin who gets addicted to internet porn, and then all the characters in the movie act like he's done a horrible fucking thing by watching internet porn. He gets bullied for watching internet porn, you know, things that don't fucking happen in high school. Oh yeah, and he's a sophomore who somehow never heard of internet porn until now. Who the fuck wrote this movie? Hold on, let me do a quick Google search real quick. Tom McLaughlin. So he's the person who wrote this piece of shit. Congratulations for making one of the worst movies possibly ever made. Also wrote some other shitty Lifetime movies such as She's Too Young, another terrible, awful Lifetime movie. He also apparently wrote this movie called Odd Girl Out, a movie I've never seen before and really don't want to see after reading his plot summary. But hey, you know what all three of those Lifetime movies have in common besides the fact that, you know, they're all shit? All those movies were made a while ago. She's Too Young, which is the movie that was written in 2004. Cyber Seduction, which was a movie that was written in 2005. And Pregnancy Pact, which is a movie that was written in 2010, which was 9 years ago. So now that it's 2019 and Lifetime probably had a lot of time to reflect on the mistakes that they made, could it be possible that now the movies have probably gotten better or somehow even good? No, not at all. The Lifetime movies in 2019 are just as bad, generic, and boring as the ones that came out 10 years ago. So I'm gonna go through the torture looking at 3 Lifetime movies in 2019, so you won't have to. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Cause I didn't want to get fucked up and drive. Re-drive.
My Stepfather's Secret is so bad it's insulting. Thing is about a college student by the name of Belly who returns home from the summer to discover that her mother Tina has a boyfriend who she plans to immediately marry. I'm pretty sure you know where this is going now. Belly is shocked face, not fond of her new stepfather, and her mother is shocked face, tells Belly to do her best to get along, and then shocked face, Belly has a suspicion that Hugo is evil, and then shocked face, Hugo is evil, and then shocked face, her mother doesn't ever believe her, and then shocked face, her birth dad is fucking dead. How original. This has never ever been done before. Oh my god. So the movie opens up with Belly's birth dad, which apparently starts off with him doing some work at his job.
We're onto something.
I just wish our work was being appreciated.
People will appreciate your work once they see how valuable this stuff is.
I'm not doing this to make people
I
rich,
literally
right?
do not have a fucking clue what's going on in this scene. So after that confusing scene, we get shown how Bailey's birth father dies, and it's just so funny because the acting is just so fucking bad.
Okay, come on, just don't do this. Take whatever you want. Don't do this. Why are you doing this?
What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ, so what the hell was that bullet effect? It looks like the bullet effect used on a World War II documentary on the History Channel. So the movie then transitions into 9 years later after Bailey's dad dies. We're then shown the scene of Bailey packing up to go visit her dad's cabin.
Hey Mom,
What
it's
the
me.
fuck? Her phone
I'm
didn't
about to
even
hit the
turn on.
road.
Is it
I should
literally
be home in
that
about
hard to
4
show
hours.
the
Must be in
phone
traffic.
turning on? This is so lazy. We're then introduced to Bailey's best friend by the name of Fee, and this is why I start to know it's the most immediate part of the movie. Sometimes the music is so overpowering to where it sometimes makes it hard to understand what the characters are saying.
We were so excited to leave home and go to college. One day I was sitting there and I just realized she's really gone. And it was just me. You know, our house was always
What are
so
you
filled with love and
saying?
summer.
I mean, it's not god awful to where you can't understand what the characters are saying at all, but there were many times in this movie where my friend and I had to constantly stick out to understand what the characters were saying because the music or sound effects were just so overpowering. Yeah, I was saying that my father's cabin for the summer, and freshman year of college, he finally got, my mom finally met this new man. Well, I know, never saw that one coming. I don't like him. Never saw that one coming. I'm sorry, is the music too fucking loud? So then Bailey talks to Faye about how she can't go to the summer camp program that was going to teach her about geology because her mom can't afford it. And they also talk about how they're going to spend time together at her dad's cabin, and it consists of some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard in my life.
Hey, better idea. We should go to my dad's cabin sometime.
Totally. The three amigos.
Oh my god, please kill yourself. So then Bailey's like, wait, hold on, what do you mean three amigos? There's only two of us. And then she's like, you, me, and Anders, which apparently Anders is her ex-boyfriend. And then Bailey's like, no Anders. So then Faye's like, no bro, come on, why didn't you just invite him? He's a really nice guy. And he's like, no, we're not doing this and we're not being friends, even though you want us to be. And she's like, I'll call you back about coffee later, and fucking hangs up on her, rude fucking bitch. So Bailey finally arrives at her father's cabin, and we're introduced to the scene where we meet her mother. But there's something extremely weird about this scene. It's like blasting music playing and she thinks no one's home. It's like Bailey hears like this blasting music that her mom is listening to while she's working out, but she still suspects that nobody's home. And then calls out, Mom? Is anybody's home? Mom?
Hello?
Oh my god, the acting in the scene is atrocious. Did she like not just like turn around to the direction of the music? And then she hears this music and still suspects that no one's fucking home? Oh my god. So the mom acts like she finally just realized that Bailey's home, even though that when Bailey walked in the house, she was literally looking right at her. So then Bailey reunites with her mother and he was like, hey, go ahead and get changed. I'm gonna get changed. We're gonna go to a vegan restaurant tonight. And Bailey was like, what? You're a vegan? Oh my god.
What? You do vegan now?
We love vegans.
I can't take the fucking bad dialogue and acting anymore. Jesus Christ. So there's a media promo I'll start to see with this scene as they arrive at the vegan restaurant. For some reason in the background it's like a sound effect of like a crowd talking. But the only thing about it is that it's unbelievably loud. And the second thing about it is that there's only two people at the restaurant. So I don't know why it sounds like they're in a mall or an actual fucking restaurant.
Why?
Like, there's literally only one person behind her, and there's dead ass no one behind Bailey. Why is it a crowd speaking sound effect? So then her mom is like, hey, I bet someone while you were gone from college. She was like, oh my god, that's so good. And then her stepdad finally arrives, and here he is. So we're then introduced to the stepfather character Hugo, who Bailey is somehow mistaken for the waiter. The waiter that gave them their food and took the order happens to be a guy that's not even in uniform, and she still somehow mistakes him for the waiter. I get it's supposed to be like a joke or something, but it really doesn't make any fucking sense at all. So then her mother's like, no, that's him, that's the guy I was talking about. And then out of nowhere, Bailey just has a problem with it, and you can see by her face right now, even though 3 seconds later she just said that she was happy for her, but now she looks completely uncomfortable and disappointed for some reason. I don't get it. What's the point? What's the point of establishing she doesn't have a problem with it just to show that she has a problem with it seconds later? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So then Bailey's mother proposes to Hugo, and then Bailey looked shocked, which makes complete sense. They said they couldn't get married earlier, and the Hugo wanted to get married right away when she met them. And then they're like, when's the wedding? And like, the wedding's on Saturday. And then Bailey looks shocked. See, this would have been the perfect time to show that Bailey's uncomfortable because they just met each other. They haven't known each other for too long. Was the point of showing that she was uncomfortable before? I don't know. Anyway, it's just more terrible dialogue and terrible fucking acting that makes absolutely no sense. Bailey, for some reason, suspects that Hugo's evil, even though he's done absolutely nothing so far to show that he's evil. So then Bailey just gets all mad at her mom because she didn't tell them that they were getting married, which is kind of understandable for a child at her perspective. And mom was like, well, I mean, we're in love. And then Bailey was like, well, when did you guys meet? She's like, in February. And this establishes the fact that the mom is so terrible as a character. The mom is literally the worst part of this movie. She doesn't seem to care about Bailey. She's completely selfish. And the entire time when she's trying to get Bailey to get along with Hugo, it doesn't seem like she wants to build a relationship with them, but more just seems like she just wants to build a relationship with Hugo and she doesn't actually give a shit about Bailey. She's the worst character in this movie. Anyway, after that, Bailey's mom establishes that Hugo has been using her room, which only makes her more fucking unlikable. She talks about how, you remember when I told you we met at the grocery store and he got out of my car and I had a flat tire? And he fixed it for me. Sure, to more terrible dialogue. The only thing about it is that Bailey's mom never fucking said that. She just told Bailey when she met her at the vegan store for the first time. And that never came out of her mouth. So does this mean that Bailey knew about this before? She never said anything about that or the grocery store. So if that's the case and Bailey knew about this before, when do they know when they have met?
Love him, I promise you. Remember how I told you we met in the grocery store and it was such a beautiful story, right? And then we left and we went our separate ways and I was driving and I thought I broke down and I realized I had a flat tire. Suddenly he was just there, behind me in his car. And he got out and he came over and he changed the tire for me.
What the fuck? So then Bailey's mom is like, okay, I promise Hugo won't use the computer anymore. And then Bailey's like, okay, cool, this is my computer. I'm glad that you're not going to let him use it anymore. So then Bailey has this flashback back to when her father died as a child, sitting in the chair. And the child actor's just fucking awful. She's literally smiling, as you can see right now, while her fucking dad is dying. You notice how she had the flashback in her chair and then now all of a sudden it's the next morning. The fuck was that transition? What was it? Okay, so now that we got Hugo's introduction out the way, I'm just gonna go ahead and go into the big major parts of the movie because if we don't, we'll be here all fucking day. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So Bailey goes to the coffee shop with her friend Fee. And then they talk about how her mom was getting married to Hugo and how she didn't know about it until then. And then out of nowhere, Bailey's boyfriend comes in for some reason. And he just shows up. And then Bailey is a complete bitch to him for no fucking reason. And is so completely rude to him for no fucking reason. See, Bailey's completely rude in this movie for no fucking reason. Remember when she just completely fucking hung up on Faye like 20 minutes ago in the movie? Fucking bitch. Stop being a bitch. So we didn't learn why Bailey dumped her man and her reason is dumb as fuck.
Same school, same relationship, and then in the middle of the summer he tells me he's gonna stay here and work instead of go off to college with me.
And then you dumped him.
Not going to college with me was the dumping. Making me go off alone was the dumping.
See, just such a dumb reason, and she's such a bitch to this guy. For what you can see right now was just a dumb reason. Faye's the only character in this movie who fucking calls her out on this. Bailey's such a bitch. For no reason. See, I don't understand why these romance drama sections need to be in Lifetime movies. They're always so bland and underdeveloped. And the drama between these two characters are only mentioned twice in the movie. Bailey's reason for not liking this kid is completely dumb. And it's not a reason why it needs to be in this movie. It could have been perfectly fine if these guys were just friends. Why the fuck do they need to have drama? It makes no sense and it adds nothing to the narrative at all. So then Bailey starts driving Hugo's car, and I forgot to mention this earlier. Apparently her car just went missing, so then she had to take Hugo's car. Okay, but this one guy driving a van just instantly starts following her, and then Bailey just gets confused that he's following the stepdad's car and just keeps on cutting her off. Bailey's just like, what the hell? Then the guy who was following Bailey finally stops and just shows up and then knocks on Bailey's windows like, we need to talk. And then Bailey's like, who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he walks and then just gets back inside his car. Okay. So then Bailey's just arguing with her mom about this creepy guy that was following her. And then the stepdad's like, well, maybe it's because he saw the ad in his car. And then Bailey's like, well, no, nobody cut somebody off because of an ad. And her fucking dumb mom just agrees with his stepdad, no matter what Bailey says. See, like, this is why the mom is so unlikable. She's such a terrible character. Anyway, we're going to move on to possibly the worst scene in this movie. So then Hugo and Tina have their wedding in the driveway of their house. They don't decide to have it inside the house or in the backyard. They have it in the driveway. For what reason? There's also all these extras that are in the background that we have never seen before and never seen in the movie again. We never get established them. We never get established who they are. They're just there. Is I didn't even try with this wedding scene. There's just random extras in the background who are kind of just there. They don't even clap or show any emotion at all. It's just so lazy. And then this scene comes where this random lady comes up to Bailey, and it's clear that they know each other. But the thing is, they don't even establish who she is. They don't establish just her aunt or anything. It just goes up and starts talking to Bailey, and they give each other a hug, and Bailey talks about how happy she is to see her. And she says how happy she is that they're getting married, and just leaves, and we never see her again for the rest of the movie. And now apparently the stepdad starts touching Hannah in inappropriate ways. And apparently now he's a pedophile. And the fact that he's a pedophile is never brought up again after this scene. What the fuck? So then Tina tells Bailey to apologize to Hugo for the way she reacted when Hugo sexually harassed her. Even though Hugo literally admitted to sexually harassing Bailey, and she's still told to apologize for some reason. So then Hugo's given his clock, and apparently it's supposed to mean that Hugo's up to something, which I would have had no clue. It wasn't for the tone of the music set, with this mysterious music meaning that, oh, Hugo's up to something. This right here would have been a perfect scene to hide that Hugo's up to something. But playing this mysterious music completely hides that mystery. So then Bailey uses her phone at the dinner table, and then Bailey's mom's like, hey, no phones at the dinner table, sweetie. She's like, since when? And it's pretty much a stupid, generic teen mom drama. And then she texts Fee having dinner with the workout weirdo, which will be important later on in the movie, and it will show you how stupid and blind Bailey is. There's also this weird mistake where Bailey is texting herself, apparently. The movie then quickly corrects this to show that she's texting Fee, but the question that Fee asks is magically gone. It's just her message, so she's just sending Fee a message saying having dinner with mom and the workout weirdo. It just shows how little Lifetime pays attention to the details and how little they care. Here's where I want to address one of my major problems about the movie. They want to hide the fact that Hugo's evil and make it mysterious, but the music and tone they put around the scenes with Hugo don't make it seem like that. They make it so obvious that Hugo's evil throughout the music and the tones that the characters use to provide with him that it doesn't lead to any mystery. Everything's obvious. You know what's going to happen. You know that Hugo's evil. The movie makes it completely obvious that Hugo's evil. It doesn't make it worth watching the movie, and it makes it completely boring. If you want to make it mysterious and make the audience have a feeling that Hugo's good, or make them think that Hugo can be possibly evil, don't make it blatantly obvious by having Bailey look completely uncomfortable every time she's around Hugo. Don't play the mysterious music when Hugo's doing literally nothing. Even when Hugo's doing nothing, it's just mysterious, moody, vitey, oh, there's something going down music playing. And it completely hides the point. It makes it obvious that Hugo's evil, and it makes the movie completely boring. So then apparently Bailey's phone goes missing after she gets out the shower. Oh my god, I wonder who took that. So then Bailey wakes up the next morning and she finally finds her phone. She also notices a webcam on her computer. I wonder who put that there. And here comes the part where Bailey just acts completely dumb. See, she has a feeling that somebody's stalking her. She has a feeling that somebody's watching her. She has a feeling it's Hugo. And instead of unplugging the webcam, she just kind of puts a sticky note over it and just calls it a day. So just unplugging it from the computer. So then Bailey goes downstairs to give her mom the theory of Hugo stalking her with the webcam. And of course her mom doesn't believe it. But here's my problem with this scene right here. It turns out that Bailey's mom has been drugged, and that's why she's so oblivious throughout the entire movie. But only in this scene, she only shows signs in her personality and the way she's tripping shows that she's being drugged in this scene. Throughout the entire movie, she's just being completely dumb. She hasn't shown any signs of being drugged throughout the entire movie. She's acting as normal as she was when Bailey would return home for the summer from college. Nothing changed to her personality until when the plot cemented. Now she shows traits of being drugged, but before then she showed absolutely zero traits of being drugged. She was acting completely normal. Nothing about her personality showed the fact that she was being drugged. So you might be wondering, well, no, and now that you know that, does that make the mom more likable? No, the mom is still a complete asshole. She's selfish regardless of that. The drugs doesn't make you completely selfish. The drugs doesn't make you not care about your daughter and only care about what Hugo wants. The drugs doesn't make you only care about how Hugo feels about your daughter and not how Bailey feels about Hugo. She's still an unlikable character, and she's still the worst character in this movie. So apparently a couple scenes later, Bailey fusses at Hugo for folding her underwear. Even though he has a towel in his hand, there's no underwear over there.
What the hell?
What?
You're folding my underwear.
Look, hey!
Hands off my underwear.
Oh my god, that guy
It's
has
just
false gold.
clothes. What's the big deal? Okay, fine. Do it yourself. I'm not here to hurt you, Bailey.
What are you here for?
To love your mom? To make her happy?
I'm starting to think that might not actually be true.
Please end my life.
You know what? Whatever, okay? The workout weirdo has other things to do.
Oh my god, he took her phone. Jesus, I would have never known. See, I'm pretty sure you've noticed this by now, but there's just so many mistakes in these Lifetime movies. It's just unbelievably and unbearably watchable. There's so many of these mistakes that I've noticed that show the writers are just completely lazy. There's the mistake of Bailey texting herself. There's the mistake of Bailey having a flashback of the chair and ending the flashback in the bed. There's a mistake that I just established of Bailey saying that her stepdad is folding underwear even though there's no underwear over there. There's just so many damn mistakes. So this completely pointless scene of Hugo and Bailey jogging takes place for about like 6 minutes, and then this truck, the same truck that pulled Bailey over when she was on her way home from the cafe, comes over, and then Hugo just like, hey, I'm gonna go run another lap, and the truck just kind of goes away. This scene doesn't really have any purpose. It's kind of just here to be like, ooh, mystery. You don't learn anything else about the truck driver in this scene. Just fucking shows up to leave the audience shocked. What's the point of it? Them jogging literally lasts about like a good solid 5 minutes. I feel like this scene is just here to stretch out the runtime, because this movie's not very long. It's only like an hour and like 20 minutes. I mean, I've only been sitting there for an hour and a half watching the movie, but I feel like I've been sitting there for 2 fucking days. Because there's pointless scenes like this that each last like 5 minutes and it add nothing to the story at all. I mean, seriously, what's the point of this long drawn out scene with Bailey's boyfriend? What does it add to the movie? What's the point of this jogging scene? What does it add to the movie? What's the point of this scene right here, where Bailey's just in the car talking to her friend? I mean, yeah, you can argue that it introduces her friend, but it just lasted for way too long. There's no reason why they had to talk for this long in the car. It could have ended much earlier. So Haley then goes to this arcade garage thingy to reunite with her ex-boyfriend, and she asks him to help her in the most disrespectful fucking way possible.
Look, just so we're clear, I'm still mad at you, and I don't really want to be doing this with you right now, but...
Well, Jesus Christ, you bitch, why do you think this guy should help you when you've been nothing but an asshole to him throughout the entire movie for a completely stupid and childish reason? I mean, even your friend called you out on the fact that it was dumb, and you're going to come up to him, ask him for help, and not only ask him for help, but ask him in a completely rude way. Bailey is so rude to his character, and it makes her so unlikable. This guy doesn't deserve this, and I honestly feel bad for him. So then Bailey and Boy goes to this location, and then Boy looks into some code or something. It's supposed to reveal something about Hugo.
Workout weirdo, which ironically is the exact same phrase I used to describe him in a text to Fee.
You said your phone went missing. Maybe he stole your phone and read your text.
So then Bailey hits that classic, maybe my mom's right, maybe I am just overreacting, classic cliche fucking shit. And then Boy is like, whoa, looking at this code right here, there's a mirror app on your phone? What the wait, what? You're telling me that Bailey had no clue at all that there was a mirror app, a brand new app on her phone that was downloaded? She doesn't have a single clue at all that this was on her phone? Why did she need Boy to come over here and tell her that? He doesn't do anything, oh my god! So then Bailey questions how the mirror app got on her phone, considering the fact that she has a passcode on her phone. And then Boy is like, well, he can just wait until you're sleeping, which doesn't fucking answer her question at all. Remember when Bailey was like, you're the only person who can do this for me and I need you to help me? Well, Boy literally did nothing. All he did was just look at some code, which we never get established what the code is. It's just code. And then he says, oh, there's a mirror app on your phone. By looking at the code, something Bailey could have done by unlocking the phone herself? This writing is so unbelievably lazy. So then they get on the computer and they search up Hugo's company. And it turns out Hugo said that he was just starting the company, but the website shows that the company was open 40 years prior? How lazy? This is so lazy. Oh my god. This movie is generally getting to a point where it's frustrating. So to get some of the information that was taken down from Hugo's website when he met Bailey's mother, and then get this. Then they're like, oh, Hugo's company has actually been open for 4 years now. It's actually been open for a very long time now. But he's trying to hide something from his mother. Wow, this is... Okay, say this company has something to do with it. Why would Hugo even mention the company in the first place to her? What? This movie sucks. I can't do it anymore. There's literally nothing mysterious about this movie. The title is literally My Stepfather's Secret. Oh, I wonder what that means. Oh, I wonder what that means. My stepfather's secret. Maybe that means his stepfather's secretly a good guy. Oh my god. Let's look what the category is. Crime, drama, mystery? Take mystery out of there, because there's no mystery in this movie. Everything is completely predictable. You know, before you even make this stepfather in the movie, that he's going to be evil, because the title of the movie is like, didn't even try.
Okay, well, at least let me take the mirror app off your phone.
We can't do that, because then he'll know I'm on to him.
What? 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 Didn't you just ask him would he be able to hear and see what you guys are doing right now? And you said yes? He's already on to you! If you delete the app, it'll erase your problems! Why are you keeping it on? Now he knows your plan! Now Hugo knows about the information you have on him! Why would you keep the app